All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. We got a quick video here from TPUSA and Sav Says titled, "Do College Students Think Masculinity is Toxic?" Now, in the past, our culture lifted and praised masculinity as a good thing. We recognize the good that comes from masculinity. But today, when you say masculinity, a lot of people like to put the word toxic in front of it for some reason. Look, men, we aren't perfect, but we're needed, all right? Same way of women. They aren't perfect, but we do need women. You know, we need us both. But we're about to get into this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe while we're watching. Now let's get into it.
So we're asking people today what their thoughts are. What's the first thing that comes to mind when they hear the term masculinity?
Toxic.
Toxic?
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, oppressive.
Honestly, like asshole.
Just like toxicness and like over accentuating things, trying to be like the top.
Strength.
All right. I didn't think I was going to be stopping this so quick, but wow. A lot of negativity around the word masculinity. She didn't even ask them about toxic masculinity. She just asked them about masculinity. So far, we've gotten that masculinity is oppressive and that it makes you an asshole. Let's continue.
I would say strength as well, yeah.
Head of household, gotta have a job, always working. I kind of look at myself as a very masculine man. But I don't know, sometimes I feel like masculinity is like taken out of context, and a lot of people view it in such, I don't know, they stereotype it in a sense. And
Restricting. I feel like it's pretty restricting. That's the first word that really pops into my mind. Like, I know our generation is trying to redefine it and stuff, so that's nice that it can like become something more fluid, I suppose.
Strong.
No, that's not nice. Let's not redefine it. That's actually, I think that's the problem with this generation. You know, we have definitions that have historically meant things for a long time, like masculinity, like femininity. Now we're just trying to change everything and confuse everybody. We're just making everything a lot more confusing. And this is why young people lack a sense of direction and young people lack a sense of identity, because we've came and just confused what everything means. Now, to me, it makes more sense that a grade school, high school, or college student be tricked into thinking that we could just change the rules and make up things as we go when it comes to terms that we've known to be one thing our whole lives. But surprisingly, adults are almost just as bad. Like, adults think that this stuff flies, and you got adults dressing up as furries and pretending to be babies, and all type of weirdness is going on with our society. And it's because we're going around and changing terms to be more fluid. It's not working out too well, in my opinion. But let's continue.
being decisive, being completely secure with yourself and like your life and the people in your life, and not really having a fear of judgment from other people and stuff like that,
Toxic.
W answer.
Toxic. That's super bad, but I always think like toxic masculinity, I think it's kind of overpowering. And again, kind of with feminism, I think we're trying to change the views on it and like change a lot of it and kind of uproot it.
It's there. I mean, the term is there. You can choose to describe yourself as masculine or not, but you don't. It's not a must. You don't have to. You could be a masculine or a feminine guy, or a masculine or feminine girl, or any gender, any sex. It doesn't matter.
I would say just masculine energy, like, I don't know, alpha male.
Do you think it's a good thing, bad thing? What are your thoughts?
I feel like having masculine energy is a good thing.
Yeah, if you're a man, you should have masculine energy. I mean, look, you can be a man and have some interests that might be a little more feminine, quote unquote, or be a girl, a woman, and have some interests that are a little bit more masculine, quote unquote, like, liking to change tires or chop wood or whatever it may be. But that don't necessarily make you a lesbian or a trans woman or whatever. Like, just because you have some interests that go against the grain of what is typically stated to be masculine, that doesn't mean you need to wear a wig and get your breast chopped off. But we live in a society today that's actively trying to tell kids and lost people of all ages that if you have a problem identifying where you land on this spectrum when it comes to your interests or your hobbies or how you may feel, then you need to get your breast chopped off or, get your junk chopped off and become the opposite sex, and that'll make you feel better, that'll make you happier. When studies show that that's absolutely not the case. Now let's talk about toxic masculinity for a second. Now I've been in environments like the club. You know, me, I'm a laid back dude. I'm a chill guy. You know what I'm saying? If I want to approach, well, I got a girlfriend now, but if I want to approach a woman, I won't be overzealous. I'll kind of play it smooth, notice my time to go on the hunt, so to speak. And, you know, if I win, I win. If I lose, I lose. On to the next. It is what it is. You know, I would say a form of toxic masculinity are the guys that come on too strong and don't know when too much is too much. Guys that can't read the social cues and understand when someone doesn't want to be approached. You know, look, nobody's perfect. No gender is perfect. You know, if I wanted to go in on women, I could go in on women too. However, that's just some men. That's not all men. And when you slap the label toxic in front of masculinity, what you do to the younger generation who's growing up, you make these young men think that masculinity is inherently a toxic or negative thing. And the negative reaction to that is they'll submit their masculinity to be accepted by society by becoming more feminine. And a feminine man is not good for society. I'm an advocate for men, and I would implore every young man, especially, and any man, like I said, that's lost, to not listen to what these, you know, hyper liberal minded women and feminine men have to say about men. The reality of manhood is that the only people that'll love you are your mom and your dad and whatever family you have. But outside of that, you have to create value for people to actually care about you as a man. Men have always been expendable. We went to go fight the wars. So many men have died, leaving behind no legacy because they didn't even get a chance to create kids, leaving behind no one that really loved them except for their mother and their family. And if you don't create any value as a man, you are honestly seen as invisible to most people. Most women won't give you the time of day if you don't have everything in order. So as a man, you don't need to abandon your masculinity. Embrace being masculine. And sure, embracing your masculinity growing up, being young, it can get you in a little bit of trouble, especially in today's society where masculinity is toxic and you aren't supposed to be masculine. But as you grow older, you will refine your masculine energy and you will learn how to channel that energy properly into the right things. You should stimulate your mind, read, stay productive, work out, do things that give you results, because at the end of the day, as a man, you are looked at based on your results and the things that you can produce and what you can create. And some people might say that that's wrong. Some people might say that that's not fair, but that's just how the world is. And we can't restructure the way things work to fit people's feelings. You know, I think a lot of young men, because they're lazy and they lack masculine drive, they cope with the fact that they aren't masculine and they aren't producing by calling masculinity toxic and saying that, you know, we could change it and be more fluid. No, we aren't supposed to do that. You know, be a man. But that's it for the video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe when you're at the door. Let me know what you thought about this in the comments down below. Until next time, you guys, I'm out of here. Peace.